Datum Charters goes to French Polynesia. The group met in LA and headed south to Tahiti. On the 8-hour, 15-minute flight, we have with us two-time charters, the Beermans, first-timers, the Legacies, and also two-time charters, the Gagnings, and of course, first mate, Anne. Late night arrival. By the time we got to the Hilton, it was midnight, straight to bed. Woke up the next morning with the smell of gardenia in the air, took a quick swim, and then we went on a 4x4 safari into the heart of the island of Tahiti. We covered 20 miles of uneven terrain. I mean, seriously, uneven. At times, roadblocks had to be removed.
I'm doing it!
Our guide showed us how old-time jungle life was. He showed us food.
This is the fruit. To eat this fruit, you have a seed inside, and the seed you put in hot water 3 hours, 4 hours, and after you can eat the fruit.
And then he showed us how to communicate.
Yeah, I heard it. Again?
That is so cool.
And then he showed us another means of communication. Afterwards, the adventure continued, as the show must go on. We saw beautiful mountains, I mean gorgeous, lush mountains, waterfalls, perfect for picture taking. And, all kidding aside, we knew there was a lunch stop, but this place, Relais de la Maroto, was in the middle of nowhere. Check out that location. After the quick but fun lunch, we were back deep into the crater. More crazy terrains, beautiful mountains, way more waterfalls, and also one heck of a tunnel.
Inside you will receive the gift of the tunnel.
This group enjoyed beautiful panoramas while we stood pretty the entire time in this new and comfortable 4x4, open to the sky and equipped with local music in the back.
I can't believe Jeff can sing so well. He's not lip syncing.
This tour was great. When the weather was clearing, we swam in the natural pools, and when it rained, we appreciated the multitude of waterfalls. We even had a chance to eat red guava from the jungle.
What are you people doing?
Red guava.
And we finished the tour with a wonderful treat. We got a true sense of Tahiti on this tour and felt very lucky to have discovered this Polynesian treasure. In the afternoon, jewelry shopping was a must for some at the Bijouterie Tavita. From there, we freshened up back at our Hilton Hotel before heading out to the Intercontinental Tahiti Resort and Spa for their famous buffet, their multi-talented dancers, and of course, the hard to believe what I'm seeing, that fire boy. Very impressive indeed, and the women were definitely impressed here.
We're not worthy.
Another beautiful day in Society Islands. We departed Tahiti, and today's passage plan takes us to Mo'orea, 11.25 nautical miles. Put us right through at the cut at around 12 p.m. The cut led us to the deep bay where the marina was located on the port side. We quickly realized from the entry that this magical island is going to be special. Our driver for the day was punctual and whisked us within minutes up the hill to the Sofitel view.
This is the Sofitel. 90 years ago, they started the first over-the-water bungalow hotel.
We took our photos, realizing the beauty of being on an island inside the lagoon, surrounded by a reef, separated from the open ocean. As the wind picked up, we headed down to the protected Cook Bay. Looking at that marvelous bay, we kept thinking about Marlon Brando and his history after filming The Mutiny on the Bounty and how he fell in love with the Society Islands. Next up was the Cave of Moorea for some
hibiscus sweet tea, guys. This is hibiscus sweet tea. Oh my god. Wow.
The next stop was a beach stop located in Paloma, where we learned how to crack and eat a special local nut.
Tea. Like you know, Wonder Woman. You know Wonder Woman. Yeah, you have to be stronger like her, huh? It's very hard.
One of the top highlights of the tour was getting to a location where we can see both bays. Cook Bay on the right side and Opunohu Bay on the left side. The tour's not over, however, because there's one more goal for the captain, and that's to find this breadfruit tree where they took and made these drums that they beat on during all these dancing. Next up, after Moorea, is to get to the island of Raʻiātea, the spiritual center of Polynesia. 113.69 nautical miles got us specifically to Marina Apu Bay. Entering this gorgeous marina, the crew felt that after jet-lag days and touring, it was time to sit on the flybridge, relax, enjoy the moment with some cold beverages. And of course, dinner wasn't to be missed. A quick bite to eat, and then straight to bed. We slept in today, took our time getting up. The crew was a little tired and lethargic, and we didn't depart the marina till after 11 a.m., knowing that it would be a short cruise today to Taha'a. The passage plan for the day was a relatively easy one, staying inside the lagoon from Raʻiātea to Taha'a, 3.07 nautical miles. Said goodbye Raʻiātea, and in 38 minutes, in the heart of French Polynesia, lied the untouched island of Taha'a. And tucked along its tranquil shoreline was a hidden paradise, Apu Bay. With the vessel secured on the mooring ball, everyone, and especially the girls, were anxious to get to the pearl farm. And without any dilly-dally, we put the dinghy in the water and headed to shore.
A lot of pearls, obviously, but it's considered as a small production. For example, 20 to 30,000 pearls is not enough to export. That's why it is considered as a small production, okay? We have like 100,000 oysters in the lagoon. Wow. So that's why 18 months later we get them pearls like that. And if we cut them in half, then this is what you get on the inside.
Sure, it's around.
You're gonna get pearls from 8 to 12 millimeters of diameter at the first harvest. That's a 16 millimeter of diameter pearl. And actually it's huge, but you're gonna have them divided in 3 categories, okay? The most well-known of them is gonna be the round, obviously. It's the one that everybody's looking for.
Well, kind of. Tanya got the pearl, and Wayne was still looking to get his fish. Hot and sticky afternoon, the water was warm and inviting. Veronica jumped first, and then the others soon followed, again and again and again.
I can't say there was just one. It's just a great day with awesome people, great time, and paradise on water.
As the sun began its descent, the island prepared for something special. We can sense it. In Polynesian culture, dance is storytelling. It is history. It is heartbeat. Where's the party at?
We're over here.
Oh my God, look at you guys. Dang. Woohoo.
We have the rice over there. We have the bread with le foie gras. The salad here with the sauce. This is a raw fish with coconut milk. The tuna fish. We have a shrimp with a curry. Here we have a beef with vegetable and tomato sauce. This is a chicken with, you know the fafa? The taro
Beef, fava beef.
we know what that is. Okay, yeah. So this is a chicken with a fafa. And we have a lagoon fish and the orange fruit.
Okay, now on to more serious things. Okay, coconut water is cool, but what the heck is that woman doing? Oh, that's what she was brushing. Oh, that's what she was shaving. The show definitely got better when we started dancing. Okay, we saw what the amateurs can do. Let's take a look at the professionals then. And of course, we cannot forget the fire show. We left the quiet anchorage of Apu Bay just after sunrise, the mountains of Taha'a fading softly behind us. The water was still glassy, reflecting the sky in shades of pale blue and gold. The passage plan called for 33.16 nautical miles, 5 hours 16-minute cruise. With the crew ready for the open ocean, we turned the bow west towards one of the most iconic lagoons in the world, Bora Bora. Out there, the Pacific stretched endlessly, but before long, Bora Bora's unmistakable silhouette rose ahead of us. Mount Otemanu pierced the clouds like a cathedral carved from a stone. As we approached the reef, the color of the water shifted from deep sapphire to brilliant turquoise, revealing the vast lagoon waiting inside. Entry required patience and precision. We lined up carefully with the channel markers, sharing the narrow cut with supply ships and inner island freighters. The scale of these vessels compared to ours was very humbling. Timing was everything. We held our course, watched the swell, and slipped safely inside the lagoon. And just like that, calm. The ocean's motion softened into the protected, shallow brilliance Bora Bora is famous for. We eased the throttle back and began a slow cruise around the lagoon.
To port and starboard, overwater bungalows stretched elegantly into the sea. The legendary Four Seasons, the iconic St. Regis, and the timeless Intercontinental, each framed by impossibly clear water beneath them. We circled slowly, taking it in from our own floating front row seat.
Finding our morning ball felt like claiming a small piece of paradise. Lines secured, engines off, silence returned, broken only by the giggling of girls laughing at the bow. From above, the drone revealed what we can't fully see from the deck. Our vessel moored in a mosaic of blues, shallow sandbars, coral patches, and endless gradients of turquoise. It looks almost unreal. Then it was time.
Later, we got the dinghy ready and headed to snorkel the tiny palm-fringed shores of Uturoa. Drifting above, coral gardens alive with flashes of tropical color, the world slowed to the rhythm of our breathing.
After some time on the beach, we left Moturoa and its action-packed scene, headed back to the vessel for some singing, dancing, and some cleanup. As the sun lowered, we traded fins for fire. A beach barbecue was about to come to life. A plethora of orange-colored bottles of rum punches. Grill smoke rising into the warm evening air. The scent of fresh food and island spices carried on a gentle breeze. Feet in the sand, plates in the hand. The sky turned pink, then amber, then deep violet behind Mount Otemanu's silhouette. And finally, back on board. Friday, March 21st, 9 a.m. cast off from Moturoa. The crew was saltier, and the first mate was on the helm.
Pull fast, 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 fast. Fast, faster. There you go. All right. Wayne is pointing at it. We're clear from it.
Lines are in, engines humming, and Bora Bora's already putting on a show. The water is that impossible shade of turquoise, shallow and crystal clear, and ahead of us rises the unmistakable silhouette of Mount Otemanu, sharp, dramatic, and completely dominating the skyline. The captain said, and one passenger agreed, that today's passage plan would be relocating around the lagoon to Vaitape village, an 8.35 nautical miles, 1 hour, 27-minute cruise. As we curved around the base of Mount Otemanu, we really felt the scale of it, this ancient volcanic core towering straight up from the lagoon. It was one of those passages where no one rushes. The Gagnans, the Legacies, the Beermans, they all just took it in. Soon after, Vaitape came into view, the main village of Bora Bora. We approached the mooring field at the Bora Bora Yacht Club, and after a smooth pickup, we were secured for the night. Lines were set, engines were off, and just like that, we were home in a new spot. Well, there was no time to sit still. We headed to shore for a land tour of the island with Alex, our hilarious high-energy guide.
The man stay with American woman, you know, and then they change his mind. Yeah.
We pile into the 4x4 and immediately start climbing. The terrain is rugged, uneven, and steep. Alex keeps the jokes coming as we crawl up hills and pointing out World War II relics, panoramic lookout points, and views that stretch across the entire lagoon. At the top, the reward is unreal. Sweeping views of Bora Bora's reef, the Motus circling the island, and Mount Otemanu rising behind us. It's dramatic, raw, and wild compared to the polished resort image most people picture.
The other side we can see, when we arrive over there, you can see the cave. Mm-hmm. The nighttime, the cave back in. And my grandpa, he say, the cave, he sucked the bird. I tell him, no, the bird, he back in nighttime because he's a houses. Mm-hmm. Same as you, the nighttime you go in a house for sleeping. He said, fuck you, this is my story. And then you put it in a cloth, and then you squeezing.
Juice?
The juice you're drinking.
You drink the
But
juice
the juice
for stomach
is not
pain.
good. But it's good for your stomach.
Back down we went, laughing, slightly dusty, and ready to cool off. The beaches were fantastic. But back at the vessel, it was better.
Go, guys!
Then it was time for a relaxing sunset happy hour on board. The sky shifted from gold to pink to deep orange behind Mount Otemanu, silhouetting the peak while the lagoon turned glassy and calm. Drinks in hand, music low. It was one of those anchorages you never forget. But the night was just getting started.
Dinner at the Bora Bora Yacht Club was lively, and by the time the tables filled, the place was buzzing. Cruisers swapping stories, locals laughing, glasses clinking. What started as a relaxed dinner became a full-on island night out. We made our way back to the boat with one last adventure before calling it a night. Fishing lines out off the stern.
From the heart of the South Pacific, our return journey began in Vaitape. Before 6 a.m., the engines were humming. The lines were set in place. The crew cheerful and ready. Mount Otemanu was then behind us and in our memories. Ahead was the famed Bora Bora Pass, a narrow gateway between Turquoise Lagoon and the deep Indigo Pacific. Outside the reef, white water exploded against coral walls, reminding us who truly was in command of these waters. Timing was everything again. We watched the sets, read the rhythm, and chose our moment. Throttled forward. With the calm lagoon behind us and the vast Pacific ahead, we set our course southeast toward Taha'a. 25.33 nautical miles, 4 hours, 11-minute cruise time. But that Saturday, March 22nd, the ocean had a mood of its own. The sky ahead of us told another story. Clouds stacked high and dark on the horizon. An approaching squall line, heavy with rain. It was the kind of passage that reminded us why ocean crossings command respect. Equal parts, beauty, and humility. At 9:35 a.m., landfall approached. The reef of Taha'a rose from the sea, waves detonating in white plumes along its edge. Once through the pass, a protected and serene lagoon inside. We snagged the only mooring ball in Tapuamu Bay, and just like that, celebration began. We waited for the rain to subside a bit, then headed to snorkel Motu Maharare. Motu Maharare, finally. All right, check out the spot. Natural lagoon. These guys are adventurous. Some chose to walk alongside it, and others, with fins and mask ready, slipped quietly into the lagoon.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Well, after a few words of encouragement, the beauty took over her fears.
The water here defied description, clarity beyond compare, more transparent than the Bahamas, more vivid than anywhere we've seen. Sunlight pierced straight to the sandy bottom, illuminating coral gardens and schools of tropical fish in electric color. It felt less like swimming and more like floating in air.
Back aboard, the energy shifted from adventure to comfort. The grill fired up, preparations began. Fresh ingredients came out. Laughter carried across the deck. Burgers hit the grill. The scent mixing with salt air and vanilla drifting from Taha'a, the vanilla island. Our 7:30 departure this morning began in the tranquil protected waters of Tapuamu Bay. Our passage plan called for 14.39 nautical miles, took 2 hours, 23 minutes. As we passed Raʻiātea Bay, we saw other vessels on mooring balls, a welcome sight for cruisers navigating these lively waters. It wasn't even 8 a.m. yet, and the crew was up and drinking their coffee. Later on, while cruising by Pari Pari, we noticed the convenience of freshly laid mooring balls, and just ashore, duty-free shopping and local food spots offered a tempting stop for provisions. It was a reminder that even in paradise, a little indulgence is never far away.
That Sunday morning was bright, but the wind was already making its presence known. Steady at 27 knots, gusting well over 30.
Rounding the headland towards Ha'amene, the captain gathered the crew in the cockpit, turning the gusty conditions into a masterclass in navigation. And then, as if on cue, a cruise ship emerged around the bend, massive and gleaming against the deep green mountains. All the attention of the crew went to the cruise ship, realizing it's inside the lagoon of Taha'a.
Dark, ominous clouds gathered over the peaks as we entered the deep bay.
We knew about the mooring balls by the Hibiscus restaurant, but we were surprised to find more by the fish farm area. Wayne was mesmerized at the bow, looking at the center of Taha'a Island as we approached it.
As we prepared the anchor, the mood of the crew shifted from comic to dramatic. As the captain requested utter focus, the anchor dropped under the watchful eyes of the rookie crew, biting securely into the mud bottom at the end of Ha'amene Bay.
We planned our early arrival of 10 a.m. due to the storm that was lingering around. From above, drone footage revealed the magic, emerald mountains wrapping protectively around the bay. By midday, we headed ashore for lunch at Taha'a Mai Tai, open only for lunch and worth every effort to arrive on time. In the afternoon, the group decided to split up. The ladies visited a nearby vanilla plantation, where the scent of curing pods filled the warm air. At Fare Vanilla, they learned how Taha'a earned its nickname. Each delicate flower pollinated by hand, each being carefully prepared through months of patient craftsmanship.
As beautiful as Ha'amene Bay was, we do not recommend it as an overnight anchorage in strong winds. With 30-knot gusts still sweeping through, the guys decided to relocate to a mooring ball near Hibiscus Restaurant. The wind chased away the only two brave tourists on shore. We couldn't help but laugh as they retreated, windswept and determined.
Back on board, sunset did not bring any calmer skies, but golden lights were peaking. Happy hour began. Shared stories grew taller, and the earlier squalls became legends. And since we knew where our dinner location later would be, we headed ashore to the Hibiscus restaurant for a lovely dinner, warm and welcoming against the blustery night. Returning to the boat, the celebration continued. The crew, slightly overserved and thoroughly delighted, sang, danced, and giggled under the stars, the yacht rocking gently in the persistent trade winds. We casted off from Ha'amene Bay in Taha'a just after 7:30 a.m., the lagoon still shimmering beneath a waking sky. Saying goodbye to Taha'a felt wrong in some way, as we knew we would be back here someday. Ahead of us lay Raʻiātea, the sacred island, and a lively 27-knot wind ready to test us again. The first part of the day's passage plan called for 6.35 nautical miles, taking an hour and 20 minutes, to Uturoa on Raʻiātea Island for refueling.
Our first stop, Uturoa. The approach demanded focus. Strong crosswinds challenged the docking, but teamwork took over. Calm hands, steady lines, engines in sync, ferry glided our way smoothly to the dock.
We refueled, reset, and soon we were back out, pointed south along Raʻiātea's dramatic coastline. The second part of the day's passage plan called for 6.35 nautical miles, taking an hour and 25 minutes to the end of Tapuamu Bay.
Mountains rose green and ancient from the sea, draped in mist and legend. Water shifted from the deep sapphire to impossible shades of blue. Raʻiātea revealed herself slowly, sacred, untamed, breathtaking.
By 10:30 a.m., we reached the entrance of Tapuamu Bay. It opened like a secret passage, quiet and protected. We dropped anchor in still water, surrounded by steep emerald hills reflected perfectly in the glassy surface.
We glided gently into the river, the only navigable river in French Polynesia, its waters calm and mysterious. Jungle crowded the banks as we made our way toward the botanical gardens, where tropical blooms and towering palms welcomed us ashore.
It was shallow here at the dock. We got a nice dingy dock built in. Everybody's ready for this botanical garden. They're excited. Let's see what it has to offer.
By 3 p.m., we were all back on the vessel, shifting our mood to water activities. Floating alone in the bay, our laughter echoed across the anchorage. One by one, we dove into warm, crystal water. The drone hovered above, capturing splashes, smiles, and the pure joy of island life.
As the sun began its slow descent, the sky ignites in golden coral. Coals glowed in the grill. Oh yes, she's getting hot. In the galley, hands moved with rhythm and care. Barbecued chicken sizzled, aromas mixing with the salty evening air. The day winded down the way all perfect sailing days should, gathered around the table, faces sun-kissed and happy.
Another early start of our day at 8 a.m. with a passage plan of the first part of the day to the small island of Oatara, a short cruise, 5.12 nautical miles, taking 1 hour, 15 minutes.
It was clear when we casted off from the quiet shores of Tapuamu Bay However, a squall came at us fast, rain pouring from a slate gray sky. There's something electric about a departure in heavy rain, a sense of adventure, of leaving comfort for discovery. As the clouds began to lift, Oatara Island appeared ahead, low, green, and inviting. The anchor dropped into calm turquoise water. No time to waste. Luane was the first in the water. Soon after, everyone dove in, the warm Pacific wrapping us around. A short dinghy ride carried us ashore to the historic Taputapuātea, home to the island's revered church and sacred marae. By afternoon, we headed towards Tuatau Bay, 6.75 nautical miles, just an hour's sail. The crew couldn't help but note how beautiful every stop had been on this charter. However, the south of Raʻiātea had its own magic. Not many come here as it is very tricky. Look at this yacht for an example, wrecked on the reef. Also, look at Point Taha'a, with no one on these mooring balls, though exceptional in its beauty. As we rounded the reef, the bay showed up like a beautiful amphitheater, calm, protected, painted in every shade of blue imaginable. We keep seeing these colors, and it's always mesmerizing. We searched and found the only mooring ball in the bay, framed by palm-lined Motu and distant reef breaks. It was after 1 o'clock when we arrived. Hot and sweaty, we all jumped in the water to cool off.
The dinghy zipped us to the small Hio Island, where we hopped ashore for photos and a playful encounter with tiny ghost crabs skittering across the sand.
We just arrived here, rain just came, and we're just, look at, oh my god, they're going fast. Woohoo! Woohoo! Where are you going? Oh yeah, you're closet. Oh yeah, you're big. Oh yeah, you're a tough guy, aren't you? Oh, I got you cornered. Oh, you poor thing. All right, let's set up here for the night, guys. This is our campsite for the night. Ain't no way we're gonna make it to the boat. Not like this. Yeah, let me see that.
Let me get the pipe.
Just gonna grab it from the back.
I got him. So there's a big bag.
That would be good bait.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
Oh shit! Oh, he got you.
You little bugger.
Oh, he got you. He got you. Oh, he went into the hole.
See that big one over there?
My God, we're gonna eat good tonight. Got me 2-3 of those.
Look at that thing.
Look at that sucker.
Don't let
oh
him get
my
you in the crabs.
Jeez. Oh my God. Take a photo. Take a photo of him. Yeah. Not having that crab for dinner, nor the smashed one on the street as we head to town looking for some food since we were running low on provisions. The animal looked appealing, but we did find a market. We found everything we needed here. We thought we were gonna starve, and look what we got. We got everything. And who's got in their hands some ice cream? There's even ice cream there.
Then onward toward the tiny Motu of Naona Island, slipping into crystalline water alive with sprawling coral gardens that rose like underwater sculptures from stretches of pure white sand. Though the reef was stunningly beautiful and almost surreal in its clarity, we were surprised by the notable absence of fish darting through the coral.
Back aboard, the celebration began again, but Wayne and Tanya's 30th anniversary this time. 3 decades of love, honored with a beautifully decorated cabin waiting as a surprise below deck.
Say that again.
Welcome,
say that again.
Welcome to the Love Shack.
I like it.
What did you say before?
I said, welcome to the shillelagh.
As the drone rose, Tuatau Bay glowed beneath a blazing blood orange sky, the sunset setting the horizon on fire.
Do what you want. In the galley, it was all action again. Laughter blending with the scent of dinner. But wait a minute. What's Wayne doing in here? And what are you doing?
I'm supervising.
I love it. Looks like the table is set also.
And a special surprise for the captain.
Mahi-mahi and burgers sizzling on the grill. Cheese melting perfectly over flame-kissed patties. Dang, I'm hungry. Well, some are hungry for food and others are hungry for love. A perfect ending to a day that began in a storm and closed in celebration. Adventure, culture, friendship, and a love story, 30 years strong.
Our last day at sea, always a bittersweet day. We had a passage plan leaving the lagoon through a southern cut and heading north in open waters. 16.83 nautical miles, 3 hours, 12 minutes cruise.
Though not as salty as the local fishermen, our crew had earned every grain of salt. With sun-kissed shoulders and tangled hair, they were proud and celebratory. Our catamaran glided home to Marina Apoiti, ending a voyage with a toast of steady helms, shared watches, and horizons conquered together.
Our last night, we gathered for one final tradition, our captain's dinner, at the beautiful Fish and Blue. Salt-streaked sailing gear gave way to crisp whites, pressed and proud. As sunset painted the sky in rose, we celebrated not just the journey, but the crew we had become.